I want to follow up on a few of those, including Flores, we'll get to later. But let's get to Landry here because we touched on this. These were coming out as we spoke on the show yesterday. Landry tweeting, "I've put the ball in Cleveland's court by telling them I'd like to stay, but if not, I'm confident enough in myself to be a better, healthy me this year moving forward to helping do my part in winning a championship elsewhere." So let's dive into this a minute here because there's two sides of this. There's the team he'd be leaving behind and there's the team he'd be going to. Robert Griffin III, how does what happened with his best friend, Odell Beckham Jr., inform what's going on here with Jarvis Landry?
Oh, I mean, I think it's exactly why he's having these feelings right now. And we got to give Jarvis Landry his credit. He's been instrumental since he got to Cleveland in helping them change the culture and get to more of their winning ways that they've had as of late. But he also has eyes, and he saw what his day one brother OBJ did, went out to L.A., won a Super Bowl, scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl after everybody had said he was done, he couldn't be a #1 wide receiver anymore, he just can't get it done. So Jarvis sees that, and he wants a similar story for himself. And I don't think he quite sees that in Cleveland. He doesn't want to take a pay cut to stay, and he thinks that he can be a better fit in other places, and I think he's right. I think he could be a great fit in a team with a team like Kansas City. I think he would open things up even more for Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and obviously give Patrick Mahomes another chain-moving wide receiver on third downs, which really hurt them in the playoffs this year. So I think for Jarvis, that's where his head is at.
My goodness, Hembo, can you put that stat back up there again, though, that you had a moment ago? Because that's really a damning number. As Robert was talking there, now we've talked a lot about how Odell had so little production comparatively when he was playing in Cleveland to what he immediately had. And look at those numbers with Landry, who is, if not a 1A receiver in the NFL, obviously a very good player. What does all of this say about the Browns and Baker Mayfield?
Well, it says Baker Mayfield is in a prove-it year. He's going to be under a lot of pressure given all of the things that took place last season, all of the noise around that team. Baker Mayfield saying that there was dysfunction within the organization, the rift between OBJ, in which Cleveland sided with their franchise quarterback, Baker Mayfield's wife, taking shots at the team's toughness. I'm pretty sure that didn't play well with guys in the locker room. And then the locker room seemingly being split about how they felt with Odell Beckham Jr. being released. So I think this is a situation now where you question the intangibles of Baker Mayfield, but I think you also have to question the fit of Baker Mayfield and Kevin Stefanski's offense, because over the past 2 seasons, he's 26th in QBR with drop-back passing. And that doesn't necessarily mend well with Kevin Stefanski's football philosophy and wanting the quarterback to be under center with a run-oriented attack. So there's a lot of pressure on Baker Mayfield, and Jarvis Landry being released this offseason puts even more scrutiny on him.
Yeah, even without Jarvis Landry, there's still a lot of really good players on that team, Dan. So as we start approaching this quarterback carousel, where guys are going to be moving around, should we consider Cleveland a team that might be looking to bring in maybe someone who could compete with Baker? Are they all in on another season of Mayfield?
I don't think all in, but it's probably more than 80% in, right? Like, I think the most likely scenario is Baker Mayfield's their quarterback next year. They feel like he was not healthy this year and will be better once he is. But the questions about receiver are significant, right? Odell's not there. It doesn't look like Jarvis Landry will be there. So what can they get at wide receiver? Stefanski inherited both those guys. So I mean, for whether it's on him or not, maybe if they weren't fits, right, then maybe they go out and get guys that are, and that puts Baker in a position to succeed from their standpoint. But a lot of pressure on, first of all, a lot of pressure on the team to do that. And then a lot of pressure on Baker to make it work with only 1 year left on his contract.
And quickly, there was one other team. RG3 was talking about the Chiefs. There was one other you had your eye on that would be a good spot for Landry.
I love him with the New England Patriots. That's an offense that has a lot of throws in between the numbers, and we saw that Jarvis Landry thrives in that role, even going back to his time in Miami. So he's a catch-and-run guy. Bill Belichick loves those guys. We've seen them have a lot of success with slot receivers. He would be added to that roster and instantly be the best receiver on that team.
Yeah, that's a fascinating fit to me. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.